Hi everyone, it's Moa aka Swedish Whiskey Girl, and today we're here with a very classic Speyside whiskey. And it is of course Glenfarclas 15. I've had the pleasure of visiting Glenfarclas. It was the first distillery I visited in Speyside almost 2 years ago now. And of course that was the time I had appendicitis, so it was just in a wee bit of pain when we were there. But it was a wonderful distillery to visit, and it's very traditional and very a distillery full of history, so it's a wonderful one to visit, and you'll learn a lot about a lot of Johns and Georges, because it is of course one of the oldest family-owned distilleries. And it's owned by the Grants family ever since 1865, and it's been this family throughout the generations, so I think they're now in their 5th and 6th generations, which is quite lovely to see that it's staying in the family. And Glenfarclas is quite known for their sherried style of whiskies, and they have a really good relationship with bodegas down in Jerez, so they get all their casks from there. And this 15-year-old is of course also sherried. It is bottled at 46% ABV, and they said that that's what grandfather Grant would have liked it to be. Also worth noticing is that the Grants family is not the same as William Grant and Sons that owns Glenfiddich and Balvenie, for example, but this is kind of their own J&G, so John and George Grants. And of course, if you ever get a chance to go to the distillery, it's quite a good one if you want to see the really kind of traditional distilleries. And it's tucked in this little valley. It looks really, really lovely. I put a photo up here so you can see what it looks like, and they have these really classic red warehouse doors that I'm sure a lot of you have seen already. And those doors you can also see on some of their packaging. But let's start by having a little nose.
Sorry, I don't know that, but I do have a skip.
I don't want to try that. I just want to know some whiskey. This is just so wonderful, and kind of these sherry notes that come over you straight away. Could be that it's a little bit cold in my room, but it's very kind of elegant and cold nose. But it's kind of that Christmas spice, like Christmas cake. It's dried fruits, that kind of dried cherry notes, and maybe some dried tropical fruits as well. Cloves and cinnamon, so like gingerbread spice. A very gorgeous nose, very kind of Christmassy. It almost has a little bit of a kind of petrol note as well. I think that's just belonging to the kind of alcohol notes. This is the first one I'm noticing today, so it could just be that. But I think that kind of petrol mixes well with the fruitiness, because just because it's whiskey. I mean, I'm one of those people that love the smell of petrol, so to me it just makes me more intrigued. But of course, let's have a little taste. Slanjava. Yeah, it's wonderfully sherried. It's has like this kind of dry sensation. Yeah, it's just so wonderfully sherried. It has these dry notes of the spice, that kind of clove, cinnamon, and then underneath the spice, because it is quite spicy, it has this dried fruits, like Christmassy vibe. It's quite oily. And of course, Glenfarclas is one of few distilleries that have directly fired stills, which is quite interesting. I think the spiciness is what I'm getting the most. It has this kind of dry on the tip of my tongue, but then in the back of my mouth it still feels very kind of juicy. The more it just kind of makes my mouth water, because of these really rich flavours. It makes me think of their cask strength expression, the Glenfarclas 105, which is absolutely wonderful if you like a big sherry bomb. But this is like that, but it's just, because this is a 46% distilled, it's just like toned back slightly. It's like you're holding it back. So it's not this explosion of sherry flavours, but it's more elegant. It has that spice still, so it's quite powerful in its flavours, but it's of course not as powerful as the 105. But I can see how, if you like a sherried whiskey, I'm sure you'd love this. It's especially if you like those kind of towards dry, a little bit, yeah, kind of spicy way. Now it's almost like marzipan on the nose. Still a bit of that petrol. I think it's also kind of translating the petrol to the palate, because it has this kind of oily, rich, slightly charred note. There's that kind of slight bitterness from the char. It makes me kind of wish it was Christmas soon. And I know I shouldn't say that because a lot of people are appreciating summer, but I can't wait for cold nights and some tea and candles and some Glenfarclas. There's that kind of nutty sweetness as well in the nose now. Still quite robust, still quite, like after the spiciness you also get a bit of an oakiness and a bit of kind of oaky weight to it. And like a charry bitter note on the finish as well. I mean, it's a lovely dram, I think, especially if you like those kind of flavours. But I would of course love to hear what you think of Glenfarclas 15. Have you tried this one, or have you perhaps tried any of their other whiskies? And of course, if you like what I'm doing here on YouTube and on my other social channels, I'd be absolutely thrilled if you would consider using my affiliate links with either Master Malt, the Whisky Exchange, or SMWS. All that information is of course in the description below, as well as link to my website, my Patreon, my Instagram, and of course my new Teespring shop if you're looking for some whiskey merch. And as always, a massive thank you to my wonderful supporters on Patreon. I'm so grateful that you want to continue to support me on my journey. But I of course hope that you've all had an absolutely wonderful day. Slán Skål!